What's up, everybody? This is Josio C. Samuels, and you are tuning in to another daily Faiā session. And updates for to date. Well, recently I was able to get some more documents submitted to the Ministry of Manpower, also known as MOM here, and this is an ongoing process. This is step 3 out of the 3 main steps we need to be able to be fully solid in our foundations for the business for Faiā here in Singapore. And so that we've gotten the first 2 steps set up fine. It's just this final step that we need to get through. So, crossing fingers, prayers, good vibes all around. And we've also been gearing up for our February 1st event that is happening. It's called the Great Reset. We actually managed to get our first PR for the year done thanks to the guys at CoinGeek. We'll put a link to that PR piece in the comments below. And already, without having actually pushed out a lot of marketing or promotions, so far we've been able to get about 50 registered. We're only looking to actually get around 50 to 80. And if you know anything about free events, you usually need to register about double with an expectation of around a 50% attendance with free events. And it's very interesting because you could compare this to the concept of skin in the game in the Bitcoin world, proof of work. And essentially, skin in the game is people are usually more inclined to engage or attend something that they have actually invested something in. Skin in the game, right? The more skin in the game that you have, the more invested you're going to be in that thing. So with free events, there's always a cost somewhere. So it's an interesting one. Now, other things that have been on my mind as well recently have to do with just being true to yourself. So over the last 2 weeks, pretty much since New Year's, been now still recovering from cold, flu. Apparently in Singapore, though, a lot of people have it because of the change in, I think, weather seasons. And but it has forced me to just take a step back, think about a lot of things that we're going to be doing for the year. And personally, I've always been more drawn to the Chinese New Year as opposed to the normal Gregorian calendar New Year's. And that means that I have till about February 4th, I think, before the actual New Year that I feel more personally aligned with begins. And it's been good because I can feel that there is a lot more time that I've been able to have to get more foundational elements put in place, so that when that time comes, it's just a push to get going. That's not to say that I haven't been going already. Have made some pretty big moves. One, of course, just moving out here to Singapore, incorporating, etc. But I've already been able to get a lot of really good contacts and networks here, and I'm continuing to build that out. And because I'm starting from scratch, right? It can feel daunting, but at the same time, it's exciting, and it's how I choose to view it. Being yourself and being honest is the reason why that came up was because there was an article I read about a 24-year-old kid who posted up this article on Reddit where he was just sharing what he wished he had done, even though he was 24. And the last thing that he put up was a picture of him choosing the tie for his own funeral. Now, that can sound pretty sad, but he said, it's very important that in life, whatever you choose to work on, make sure it's something that you are passionate about and that you love to do. One of the things I'm passionate about, and for anyone who's known me, is connecting people, anything to do with people, and also tech. I love new tech. So that's why Faiā, this business, is really all about people in tech, communities in tech. And of course it's going to evolve. Of course it's going to, morph. And ideally I want it to be something larger than myself. So, that is the intention that I'm putting out. But even though I have this vision for, a decade out and even more, each day you just got to do what you can, what you need to, right? And Bruce Lee also has this video where he talks about honestly expressing yourself. It's very hard to do. You can copy and imitate other people, but to truly and honestly express yourself is just one of the hardest things to do. And so, as I keep moving forward with Faiā, it really is an expression of myself, but also at the same time an expression of an energy that can just be created with other people. And that's what I'm most excited about. And yeah, with that, so I just hope that can give you something to think about for the day in terms of how are you honestly expressing yourself in your life, and all the things that we're working on a day-to-day basis, right? When you die, what do you actually want people to remember you for? What do you want to have written on your tombstone? And there are many exercises that get you to sort of think about this, but what are those things? All right. And remember, as always, through patience and persistence, it will come. Let's go light the world on fire.